Hey parents and caregivers, does your child have quirks you just can't quite put your finger on? Today we're diving into the surprising signs of ADHD that often fly under the radar. It's not just about hyperactivity or daydreaming. We're talking about behaviors that you might not expect. So stick around because what you discover today could change the way you understand your child's behavior. Let's get started. I'm Dr. Marie Donna, a youth and adult psychiatrist, and today I wanted to discuss an important topic, the uncommon signs and symptoms of ADHD. When most people think about ADHD, they typically picture hyperactivity, difficulty focusing, but there are many other lesser known symptoms that can also affect individuals with ADHD. In this video, we'll explore some of these unusual signs to help you better understand ADHD and recognize it in yourself or someone that you care about. Well, let's actually just get into what ADHD. Before diving into these uncommon signs, let's start with a quick overview. ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, is a neurodevelopmental condition characterized by symptoms of inattention, impulsivity, and hyperactivity. While these are the classic features, ADHD can often manifest as in various ways that aren't immediately recognized. Understanding these less obvious signs can help in getting an accurate diagnosis and finding appropriate treatments. So one can actually be hyperfocus. While ADHD is commonly associated with difficulty paying attention, some individuals might actually experience hyperfocus, which is where they become intensely absorbed in a particular task or activity to the exclusion of everything else. This can happen often with hobbies, video games, or even work-related tasks. The problem is that it can often lead to neglecting other responsibilities or losing track of time. Hyperfocus may seem like a positive trait, but when it interferes with daily functioning, it can be a symptom of ADHD. And for example, sometimes I'll have parents come to me and say, oh, I don't think my kid has ADHD. He can play video games for hours on end. Well, that's because he actually enjoys playing video games. And one of the main problems with ADHD is a deficiency in dopamine. So when dopamine is constantly being released because they're engaging in an activity such as playing video games, which they like, this is kind of reinforcing this further behavior and hyperfocus. The second sign is emotional dysregulation. People with ADHD may struggle with managing their emotions. This can manifest as frequent mood swings, irritability, outbursts, or anger over minor frustrations. They also might experience something called rejection-sensitive dysphoria, which involves feeling intense emotional pain in response to perceived rejection or criticism. This emotional sensitivity can lead to feelings of being easily overwhelmed or frustrated, which often is misattributed to other conditions like anxiety or mood disorders. Time blindness. Time blindness refers to a distorted sense of time where individuals with ADHD may struggle to perceive how long time has passed or how long a task might take. They may frequently run late, underestimate or overestimate the time needed for tasks, or have difficulty meeting deadlines. This is not simply a matter of poor time management, it's an underlying cognitive challenge related to ADHD. I have patients with ADHD tell me all the time, oh, yes, I will give myself 30 minutes to get ready, when I know in actuality it takes me more than that, but for some reason my brain just can't connect the two. And this is something that will frequently present uncommonly with patients with ADHD. Another uncommon sign is difficulty regulating sleep patterns. Many people with ADHD struggle with sleep issues, such as insomnia, irregular sleep patterns, or a tendency to stay up late, night owl behavior. They may find it hard to fall asleep or wake up in the morning, and once awake, they may feel groggy and struggle with alertness. These sleep disturbances can often worsen ADHD symptoms, creating a cycle of fatigue and poor concentration. Another uncommon sign is sensory sensitivities. Sensory processing issues are also pretty common in ADHD, but isn't one of those things that is firstly reported with that, and a lot of times will be mostly associated with autism spectrum disorder. This means that people with ADHD might be more sensitive to loud noises, bright lights, strong smells, or even the texture of certain fabrics. They might feel easily overwhelmed in noisy environments or get distracted by small, seemingly insignificant sounds which can interfere with their ability to focus. Another uncommon sign is procrastination and task paralysis. Individuals with ADHD often struggle with procrastination, not just out of laziness, but due to the difficulty with task initiation. They may even find it hard to start tasks, even those that are important or interesting. This can lead to task paralysis, where they feel frozen, unable to take action because the task feels too overwhelming or complicated. So oftentimes, breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps can help. But the underlying issue is often rooted in the way that the brain processes motivation and executive functioning. This can often be masked when someone is thinking that someone might just have anxiety when they in reality might have ADHD. So another uncommon sign and symptom is forgetfulness and disorganization. So while forgetfulness and disorganization are often associated with ADHD, what's less commonly recognized is that this can extend beyond just losing your keys or forgetting appointments. This can also include forgetting to finish tasks, misplacing important items, or even having trouble following conversations because of losing track of what was said. Like when you're talking to someone that you care about and then say all of a sudden they're losing track and you feel like this person isn't paying attention to you, this can lead to feelings of frustration and guilt, especially when it can affect work or relationships. So this is something else to pay attention to. Another uncommon sign or symptom is impulsive spending or risk-taking behavior. Some people with ADHD might engage in impulsive behaviors, such as shopping sprees, gambling, or taking unnecessary risks. This can be linked to a need for immediate gratification, which can be a characteristic of ADHD. It can also be a way of seeking stimulation or excitement, especially in moments of boredom or frustration. Another uncommon sign of ADHD is low self-esteem. Living with ADHD, especially when it goes undiagnosed for a long amount of time or is poorly understood, can lead to low self-esteem. The individual might feel like they can't measure up to others or they're always struggling to stay on track. These feelings can contribute to negative self-talk, perfectionism, or even avoidance behaviors, where the person avoids situations that might expose their perceived weaknesses. How these symptoms can be misunderstood. Because many of these signs can overlap with symptoms of other conditions, ADHD is often mistaken for anxiety disorders due to restlessness, emotional dysregulation, or excessive worry. Or additionally, mood disorders, such as depression or bipolar disorder, especially when experiencing mood swings or irritability. Learning disabilities. Because ADHD can affect focus and organizational skills, it may be misinterpreted as a learning disorder. Sensory processing disorder, especially individuals who are highly sensitive to stimuli. This is why it's crucial to seek an evaluation from a mental health professional who can accurately assess and diagnose ADHD. If you or someone you know is experiencing these lesser known signs of ADHD, it's important to seek help from a qualified professional such as a medical doctor or psychologist, and this will include assessment, and treatment can include medications such as stimulant or non-stimulant medication, which can help improve focus and reduce impulsivity. Therapy, which can include cognitive behavioral therapy or other forms of therapy to address emotional dysregulation and coping strategies. Additionally, lifestyle changes can be helpful, such as regular exercise, sleep hygiene, and a healthy diet, which can also help manage symptoms. Coaching or skills training. Learning organizational and management skills and time management skills can help mitigate some of the difficulties associated with ADHD. Thank you for watching this video on uncommon signs and symptoms of ADHD. I hope this information was helpful for you to gain a better understanding of the condition and its less obvious manifestations. If you found this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. Also, make sure to be checking out other videos on our channel related to mental health and overall wellness. Take care.